It was a cold, gray morning in Birmingham, Alabama, the kind of morning when the air feels heavy with judgment. Sergeant Daniel Cole had been with the police force for nearly 18 years, decorated, respected, and known for his sharp instincts. But beneath the badges and commendations was a man shaped by bias, the kind he didn't even realize he carried. That day, a radio call crackled through his patrol car. Possible burglary in progress. Suspect is male, mid-30s, African-American, wearing a gray hoodie near West Pine and 7th. Daniel tightened his grip on the steering wheel. He'd heard that address before, that part of town. Without hesitation, he hit the siren and sped off. When he arrived, he saw a man standing in front of a house, trying to open the door. Daniel jumped out, gun drawn. "Hands where I can see them." The man froze, confused. "Officer, this is my house." But Daniel wasn't listening. Within minutes, the man was cuffed, face pressed against the hood of the police car. Neighbors gathered. Some whispered. One filmed. The man kept repeating softly, "Please, I have my ID inside. This is my home." Daniel ignored him. At the station, paperwork revealed the man's name, Marcus Taylor. A local teacher. No record. No weapons. No burglary tools. He'd been trying to get into his own home after forgetting his keys. A neighbor had called it in. The chief reviewed the body cam footage later that night and called Daniel into his office. "You need to fix this. The man you arrested? He's not only innocent, he's someone you should know." Daniel frowned, confused. The chief handed him a folder. Inside was a newspaper clipping from 10 years ago. Local teacher saves teen from house fire. The photo showed a younger Marcus Taylor, holding a soot-covered boy in his arms. The boy was Daniel's own son, Ethan. Daniel sat in his patrol car for nearly an hour that night, unable to move. How do you face a man you wronged? A man who once saved your child's life? The next day, he visited Marcus's school. Marcus stood outside his classroom, calm but visibly tired. "Officer Cole," he said flatly, "I hope you came here to apologize, not to explain." Daniel nodded, his throat tight. "You saved my son. I didn't even recognize you. I saw what I wanted to see." Marcus looked at him, eyes filled with quiet disappointment. "That's the problem. You never really saw me." Those words cut deeper than any punishment could. Daniel requested disciplinary action against himself, but Marcus refused to press charges. Still, word spread. The video had gone viral. Within weeks, Daniel became the symbol of everything wrong with policing in America. He was suspended, questioned, ridiculed. But during that silence, something shifted inside him. He began attending community meetings, sitting in the back, listening to stories from people he'd once dismissed. Single mothers who feared calling the police. Young men stopped for walking home from work. Elderly black veterans who still carried their discharge papers, just in case. One night, Daniel saw Marcus there. After the meeting, Daniel approached him again. "Marcus," he said quietly, "how do I fix what I've done?" Marcus thought for a long moment. "You can't fix the past, but you can use your voice to change the system that made you blind." Months later, Daniel returned to the force, not as a sergeant, but as a community liaison officer. He worked under Marcus's mentorship, building workshops that trained young officers in empathy, bias awareness, and cultural understanding. The same precinct that once arrested Marcus now hosted annual events honoring him for his courage and forgiveness. One day, a rookie asked Daniel, "Why did you stay after everything?" He smiled sadly. "Because justice isn't about who's right. It's about doing right even after being wrong." 5 years later, Daniel's son Ethan became a police officer too. On his first day, he received a note in his locker. It was from Marcus Taylor. "Your father once made a mistake that changed both our lives. Don't be afraid to learn from it and to lead differently." Ethan folded the note, placed it in his pocket, and whispered, "Yes, sir." That day, a new generation began. One shaped not by prejudice, but by understanding. Sometimes the real arrest doesn't happen in handcuffs, it happens in our minds. And freedom begins only when we choose to see people, not profiles.